DistroKid has been the industry standard for getting your newly created music out to the streaming platforms, and now the DistroKid app is now available on iOS and Android. Yeah, check that out. The app is now available on your phone. Go to the app or Play Store and download it. There's so many features inside this app. You can do things like sign up and pay for a new DistroKid account. You can upload your new releases there. You can see your DistroKid bank and withdraw your earnings. You even get notified when you've earned royalties and withdraw from the app via push notifications. You can see hyperfollow links. You can edit your account details. You can see your streaming stats from Spotify and Apple. You can even edit and add lyrics to your songs there. So like I said, go over to the App Store on iOS or Android and download the DistroKid app now. Also, they have this new feature called Mixia. I know a lot of artists struggle to be prolific and make their music sound as good as the music they hear from their influences and their peers. That's where Mixia comes in. Nothing's ever going to replace the artistry and expertise of a real human mastering engineer. But for artists who are short on time or resources, Mixia is a powerful tool to help make the music sound great in a hurry. Simple interface, empowering the most novice of music creators. It's got unlimited song previews of mastered songs with one free download, and for $99 you get unlimited mastered tracks. So go check out Mixia and make sure to go to the App Store and download the DistroKid app so that you can get your music out there and get it heard. You're doing your thing and they're helping you do it. DistroKid.
Why can't every day be like this? No simple road. Yeah, no, I've been on that road too.
All right, we're in. We did the thing.
It's about to begin?
Yeah. I think so. Well, it's already started, actually.
Hey, this is Apple.
And it's Aaron. Hey now, No Simple Road family. And we have two guests with us.
Hi, it's Kris.
Hey, Kris. And
Chelsea.
Chelsea. What's up? Kris from Heady Wax Fiends. Welcome back, man.
Thank you so much. Thank you for all the hospitality you've shown us this weekend.
Yeah, man. Of course. That's,
We're all about being good hosts and stuff. We love it.
We love hospitality.
And also, I guess we should mention that Mel is not with us today because she is off having adventures in Bend, Oregon.
Yeah. She's team building. She's doing a thing with a team and they're building stuff.
That's cool.
That's what's happening.
That's a good thing for a team to do.
So, Kris, tell us why you love Radiohead. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking. So we were talking earlier about the beginnings of like bluegrass music and all that, and you had mentioned that you were a Doc Watson student.
Yeah, I was familiar with him, but when you fall in love with Billy Strings to the level that I did, you have a tendency to go figure out why he is who he is.
Right.
So I just started consuming everything I could find of his, whether it was YouTube videos of live performances, or I've collected all of his main credit vinyl albums at this point. Yeah, it's important to figure out why what you love is what it is.
So like, you love a band, you got to dig back into the roots of the players in that band and what their influences were and why they sound the way they sound.
Yeah, that's like a good band makes you listen to everything they've ever done. A great band makes you listen to everything they've ever done and why they did it.
Yeah, it's like a tree, a family tree. And I think that's why the jam band world and the bluegrass stuff is so incredibly interesting, because the depth of the influence and the scope of all of it is so big. And I always wonder with you, man, like running Heady Wax Fiends, the releases that you guys put out isn't often the most mainstream stuff. And I always am curious how you find out about stuff.
Well, living in Denver creates a lot of opportunity to me to find stuff,
right?
That maybe a lot of people haven't had exposure to. At this point, though, in year 4, a lot of it's coming to us. Like a lot of opportunities are being brought to us by the teams, people we've worked with before. And, I obsessively look for that thing every day of my life through streaming platforms, conversations like this.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's tempting to want to do the big stuff. You know what I mean? Like Billy Strings and the other things. But like we were talking earlier and you were like, I love turning people on to new stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. The big stuff's great. I explained it recently as a joke. That it's like a pyramid scheme. I do a big thing to do 4 unknowns. And the real focus of my life right now is helping these artists that I believe deserve the recognition, but don't have the machine behind them, don't have the bank accounts. And because of our like loyal fiendish subscriber base,
right,
we can, facilitate and finance those projects now.
It's a trip to see like how the music industry has changed, and you kind of do have to have that machine behind you. The jam world and bluegrass and all the stuff that we like isn't the rap scene. You can't become a famous SoundCloud jam band. Can anybody think of one?
No.
Right? No. But that makes it so that you have to have at least the option of doing the grind or having money behind you.
Yeah, I think, the ability to tour well and have a really high product as a live show fits in with the grassroots come up for a lot of these bands that we are seeing that we were talking about a year and a half ago.
Right.
And now they're playing rooms twice the size they were when we
give the folks out there some examples of that.
I guess like one of them that I've really liked watching like their trajectory this year is a Denver-based jamgrass band, Magoo.
Okay. Yeah, you told me about them a couple days ago.
Yeah, so we would see them as an opening slot, a lot of free stuff, and they've sold out a Denver venue this year, signed with a management team. They just wrapped up, I think, their first like real national tour. I had friends see them in Ohio, North Carolina, all over the place. They got Live for Live music right up, and that trajectory is organic, right? And it's because of the quality of the musicians and their ability to connect with their audience.
You just answered the question I was going to ask. Like, for somebody like you that's in the trench with music all the time and that it has such a deep love for all of it, I was wondering, like, what is the hallmark of a good up-and-coming band for you?
It really comes to the songwriting a lot.
Okay.
But it's also the ability to, like, kind of catch a spark. We have 9,000 people in our group, and there's a lot of different interests in different genres that come out. But when you start to see your friends posting this band that you've been posting,
we've had that happen a couple of times. Yeah.
When you like see like a reel on Instagram and a bunch of people are in the liked by,
right,
then it's time to start having those conversations.
All right.
And I'm curious too, something that, like we were talking earlier this morning on the patio about like buying tickets for shows ahead of time, like pre-sales. You're only doing, you have to pick, like, you have a year and each one is a monthly release. That's got to be tough sometimes. Like you have to, it's like picking 12 shows to go to for the year.
It's, I've missed a lot of stuff that I could have done. Timing's the biggest obstacle for me. It's not really money or or accessibility, but we've kind of addressed that with our side project, which is called the Fiends Fault exclusive series.
Uh-huh.
And we found a way where we can do a smaller run available to our subscribers first, finance it for the band, and give them copies for their merch stand like we do for the monthly. But we found this pressing plant in North Carolina, Poorhouse Pressing, incredible people. They support independent and up and coming musicians as much as we do, and it's like a synchronicity at this point. So we're not missing out on those opportunities as much. But yeah, it's tough. It's hard to sell 12 records a year.
Yeah.
But I'd love to be able to do like a loud and quiet like offering, or like one that's like jam, funk, rock, and the other one's Americana, bluegrass, singer-songwriter. But at this point, we're really just trying to maintain the quality.
I don't think I've ever asked you this before. Has your taste of music expanded because of Heady Wax Fiends, or was your scope the same and Heady Wax Fiends is the way it is because of that?
Oh, it's absolutely expanded. Previous to Heady Wax Fiends, I was like hyper focused on like spots, and I would stream all the live shows, listen to all the soundboards, obsessive about it. And
Of like what?
Like Fish and Billy streams.
Okay,
Those
okay.
were the two big ones, right? And now like it's my focus every day to hear something I've never heard before. And I'm just constantly on the hunt, and it's, through streaming apps, Bandcamp, YouTube videos, but really just checking in with people who I respect their opinions about music. Like, tell me something I need to know.
Yeah.
And that's how it gets there. I mean, like I was just at the Big What Festival in North Carolina, the Big Somethings yearly festival. And it's really jam band centric. And Chelsea and I, our festivals are usually geared more towards the bluegrass Americana side. I've been listening to Sun Squabby since then. I've been listening to the Big What since then. Disco really blew my mind. And it was because of you guys that I was like out looking for them. This really fun up and coming jam band out of Denver called Swerve. Yeah. So it's like a roller coaster. It's not a straight line. Like, there's days where all I want to listen to is Tom Petty. And then there's days where I want to hear 30-minute noodly jams.
Has it been a trip for you, Chelsea, to like watch him build this thing? Has it?
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah, it's cool to see him get so excited about new projects that he's working on. And I feel like he's always afraid that he's not going to have that next passion after he does something really big, but then he always finds it. So
that's valid as all get out.
It's funny, the crossovers between what Heady Wax Fiends does and what No Simple Road is. Like, I go through the same shit. We'll have a big guest on, and I'm like, well, that was it. That's as far as we're ever going. We're done. Like,
We've plateaued.
And it's Apple and Mel that have kept me on the rails when it comes out. Is that part of your job?
yeah, I mean, I'm the eternally optimistic wook, so I'm always like, no, babe, there's always going to be something great around the corner.
And it's like that. Like I found, maybe you've seen this, like if I need something from the show, I just have to like kind of feel it, and then it comes.
Yeah, I think it's this whole like allowing yourself to feel that validation. And because of the fact that we're self-producing so many of these releases, I'm in the future a lot.
Yeah.
And I made a promise to myself this year that I was going to sit with these things when everybody else got them, because there's this tendency, like by the time my subscribers get a new release from us, I've heard it 30 times in different mixes and different masterings and digitally and on vinyl. And it comes out and I check the group to see what the feedback is, but I was not staying in the moment while it was our current offering,
Oh,
and I've tried to do a really better job of that this year.
wow. I never thought of that. Like, by the time it comes out, you've played it out basically to yourself.
Yeah, I mean, like approving test pressings is one of the most frightening things I've ever done in my life.
Why?
I'm not a music theory guy, you know, and I'm like, oh, it sounds great, and then somebody will be like, I get feedback from the artist. They're like, oh, it's a little quiet in this section. I'm like, okay, all right,
Who knew?
Let's get it remastered. And, but the thing is like, the most important thing for me is them. It's their project. We're just a facilitator, or a broker, if you will, you know, like, so it's about making sure they're happy with what we're presenting them as, like, to this community.
Right.
Yeah.
So how does that work? Like the testing, like you submit it to that, they press like one album and send it to you to listen to give approval, or like?
Yeah, so it starts with, you know, like a studio project will be mixed, right? Because it's recorded in different tracks and they put it together, and then you master it. And the mastering these days, compared to like when we were growing up, is geared towards streaming. It's loud as hell. Like there's a lot of overextension. So then you have to get it vinyl mastered, which is where you're combining the tracks into files that fit one side of a record.
Okay.
So you're approving the vinyl mastering, and then they cut the lacquers, and there'll be snippets that they need approved from that. And then on the test pressings, I mean, we give the band as many as they want. My partner and I get a couple of piece. They're very collectible. They're very desired, especially if it's something you're really into. So we put them into like our yearly fundraiser. We use them for like charity. I give a lot away. Like my friends and my local friends have insane record collections from hanging out. But yeah, some of the stuff I have to approve is because those artists aren't with us anymore. Right.
Oh, okay.
You talk about proving like a Tony Rice Manzanita test pressing.
Do you have anybody help you do that?
I do, and if it's a current artist, it's really on them.
No, but like with that Tony Rice one.
Yeah, definitely. Like, you know, I tell bands all the time, like, put it on different systems and in different rooms, and
Play it in the car, play it in the house.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the vinyl mastering, digital file especially, like that's on a stereo inside in the car, on headphones, and then with the vinyl, like I'll take it over to a buddy's house and throw it on their stereo, because you know this, like every rig has its kind of signature.
Quirks. Yeah. Wow, I never thought of that. Like, you've got to make the master sound usable for everything.
Yeah,
You
well,
can't like, oh, I made it sound good for my studio speakers.
yeah, and it's weird because I don't understand any of this.
Right.
Is it like a
But you're
theory?
doing it?
Yeah, or like, you know, like I'm not an engineer. Disclaimer: I'm not a producer. Keys go in the car. I don't understand music theory, but I think that I listen well, and that's been a quality of mine that Chelsea made me realize, and that's what I really just try to do. I mean, it's as simple as making sure the tracks are in order. Right, like they were pressed in the right order, and there's no defects like in the pressing itself. But yeah, like I said, by the time we're approving test pressings, like I can listen to this music and keep along with it, like in my sleep, because I've heard it so much.
The other day, you and I were talking. I said you were an audiophile, and you're like, "No, dude, not an audiophile." And so you're not the kind of guy that, like, when you're listening to whatever music at home, oh, the keys are too loud here, or there's too much treble, or not enough bass, or the vocals are washed out, or you're not.
I mean, not personally. I would say there's things that I like and don't like, but
Okay.
I wouldn't tell Rembrandt there was too much yellow, right? So like,
I guess that's a taste thing. Yeah,
yeah.
you're right. Well, you
Yeah.
could tell Rembrandt that. I don't think
I
he'd
mean,
care.
yeah, I just like, it's not my place. And like, you know, I'm so happy every time I listen to music, I don't try to think that I know anything more than the people who created it.
Totally. I get that.
That's a good way to be about that.
Uh-huh.
Well, because sometimes I know, like with Aaron hears things that me and Mel don't, and that'll always be
It's
like
usually
you
voices.
don't, yeah, you don't hear that, or well, and sometimes like you don't hear that or something. We're like, no, dude, I don't know what you're talking about. You have a certain ear.
I guess
for it.
I guess in Chelsea and I's relationship, that's probably similar.
Yeah, he hears stuff all the time. I'm like, it sounds fantastic to me. I don't know what you're talking about.
Let me play it again.
don't hear that,
don't
huh?
hear that? It's like, that's the sixth time
I'm
you
like,
played
yeah,
it
you
for
can play
me.
it as many times as you want. I'm still not going to
I
hear
still
it.
like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what that comes. I think that comes from like, in my head, for whatever reason. I think that's from like smoking weed as a teenager and listening to albums on headphones and just like getting lost in Dark Side of the Moon or whatever.
Yeah, I think like, the first time I listened to Led Zeppelin 2 on really good headphones off a stereo, not like in a car as a teenager, and I was getting that stereo panning, and I'm like, oh, dude, what the hell is
It's
this?
on.
Where's my acid?
Yeah. I think for me, that album that did that was Electric Ladyland,
Yeah, same thing.
where it's like spinning around the inside of my head. I'm like, I want this all the time.
Yeah, I think, I guess the one audiophile tendency that I have is I think if you're really going to listen to a piece of music and appreciate it, it should be in stereo. And, like Bluetooth and, like the jam boxes and stuff have kind of
Monoed it out.
yeah,
Yeah.
they've kind of like washed that out. But I mean, you guys have listened to records in my record room.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Like it's
it's another planet.
yeah, I think it was made that way. But also like, but Pet Sounds is my favorite album of all time. Brian Wilson was deaf in one ear. They recorded everything in mono. So when I buy Beach Boys albums, I buy the mono mix.
Yeah, you turned me on to that shit. I had no clue about that. I thought, in my mind, Beach Boys were like some California surf band, and that's it. Good vibrations. We're done.
Yeah.
That album's wild.
Every time I listen to Pet Sounds, I hear like another slide whistle or fucking finger bell.
Another layer.
So I guess I lied to you. I guess I do hear those things.
Yeah, man. And to you, like, what does it mean? What is an audiophile?
I guess to me, and it may be like, this is probably on me, like audiophiles use music to listen to their equipment, and music fans use equipment to listen to music. There's a law of diminishing returns with this components in a stereo system. Look, I've been to 1,000 concerts in my life. I can't hear all these made up words that a lot of people use when they talk about albums, and I don't understand them.
Like what?
Like
what's
warmth, warmth, depth. What was another one? Soundstage.
What is that?
I don't know. But all I know is that at this point, my stereo, it's an end game, right? Like I don't need to put any more money in it because it's not going to sound any better to me. Because
Dude, don't you want like better tubes and the upgraded amp? And
I mean, maybe if I get if you
Chelsea's like, shut the fuck up, man.
I'll tell you what,
No.
if this conversation gets us 500 more subscribers, I'll upgrade my amp.
Good. Dude, it's that world of being an audiophile and a music fan at the same time. It's got to be exhausting. Like you can't keep up with yourself.
Yeah.
And to all the audiophiles out there that are listening to this, screaming at their headphones or radio or whatever, this is just a fucking opinion. Who the fuck am I? I don't know shit about fuck, like your shirt said. So,
Yeah, same. I mean, I like it's more of a joke than anything. I mean, I have really good friends that are obsessive about improving things, and I'm like, man, cool.
yeah, sweet, dude.
Yeah, I'd rather spend that money on more records and plane tickets and concert tickets and experiences and memories.
I don't know if I go ahead.
Oh,
Apple.
it's
Go ahead.
that's like the only thing I claim is to be a fan of music. because I've done, it's been a while, but like in Vegas, like you go to these music conventions with like, they have like a $200,000 sound system set up.
Are you talking
can
like CES?
Yeah, and you can go sit and listen to it and everything. To me, I just go, and it's like, wow, that sounds great. So does this one. Well, this one's a $500,000. I mean, the amount of money people spend on systems, it's lost on me, which I'm kind of glad, because I couldn't afford. Yeah. I couldn't afford to be an audiophile. I like nitpicky about things.
Oh, something I wanted to ask you about. What's your opinion on the spatial audio thing?
I think it's really awesome. I do. I don't understand it. But again, I think if you can be immersed rather than faced, there's probably a benefit to that.
Yeah, especially when psychedelics come into the picture.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely helps. I've definitely heard things from behind me where there's no speakers.
Yeah, man. I think about like the spatial thing. Would I rather be in a movie watching it or watching a movie? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
if I was able to sit in the middle of the movie and watch it happen around me, or watch it on a flat 2-dimensional screen. That's the difference between regular and spatial.
Yeah, that's kind of mind blowing to think about it. I guess. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The first time I had the AirPods and knew that was a thing, I tried it, and you turn your head to the left and the band stays where it's coming from, and your head turns and it's playing through your right ear. You turn your head to the right, now it's more in your left. It's fucking wild.
Oh yeah. Well, and a good example of that is like the Bears Sonic Journals.
Oh my God.
His recordings where it sounded like that.
I don't know if those are spatial though, but
I know, yeah, I don't know if they're spatial, but it's the way he recorded it. Like that one, the Johnny Cash one. It sounds like you're sitting in the middle of the stage and the musicians are all around you. It's a trip.
I bought one of those releases. I'm trying to remember what it was. It may have been an Allman Brothers release, and it has explicit instructions on the jacket to push your stereo speakers together in the center, because that's how Bear recorded it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I listened to it. It was good. And then I got pretty tuned up one night. It's a pain in the ass to move my speakers like
I'll bet.
that.
Yeah.
So it blew my mind.
Oh, you did it?
I did it. Yeah. I wish I remembered the release, and I'm sure somebody will correct me in the comments.
No, there is a Bear Sonic Journal Allman Brothers release. It was one of the first ones.
Yeah. I mean, that whole series, like, I love listening to you guys talk to them. My first introduction to that was the Doc Watson one.
That's what I was going to, that Doc Watson one is smoking.
I mean, that was my favorite album of, I guess it was 2017 probably. I think Chelsea might have bought it for me, actually. It's like, sounds like you're sitting in a chair.
On the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fucking crazy. That guy, like, talk about an audiophile.
Yeah. I mean, like, you think about the things that we take for granted that we wouldn't have had without his innovations.
PAs?
Yeah.
Well, and I know. I remember the one story they were telling that like most sound people didn't understand what he was doing, and he would like unplug stuff without them knowing, and they'd be trying to figure out what's going on, and he did it and rearranged stuff the way he wanted, and then when it was done, he'd go plug that, like, the missing piece, like, plug it back in and stuff, and be like, oh, or like,
Nothing
he's way ahead
here.
of his time.
Yeah, I think there's people who say that they hear music in color or see music in colors. And there's people who it's just a background to them. And then there's Bear, and I think in a way, like, he it was like pumping through his veins. It was his soul. Like, he saw it in a way I don't think I could ever expect.
Like
to.
code.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder about that, like seeing music as color. I mean, when I've been good and tuned up, there's times, that
absolutely.
it's come through like that. Actually, the other night we were out at Rhythms Ground, and in the morning I had written down, music is color to my eyes. It's like, okay, that's cool. But to have that all the time is I can't even imagine.
It would be wild. I'd rather get there with the help of, psychedelics.
Assistance.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a trip to me to think about the whole vinyl collecting world in 2025, because we're living in this technological advanced digital world, right? But in the last 10 years, maybe, there's been this huge resurgence of vinyl and vinyl collection, people releasing stuff on vinyl. And I think it goes back to like, you know, you can download an album, you didn't get anything. Mm-hmm. You can now listen to music, but you don't have something in your hand. So I think that like the more digitally delivered product we get, I think some part of us wants to hold something real in our hands and tactile, whatever. But I don't know if I've asked you this before, but what got you collecting vinyl in the first fucking place?
Well, I had this like a massive digital collection, right? And I would trade it with people and pick up stuff from them. And I had some friends that collected vinyl, and I dug like the experience, or you know, it's like the concept of putting a record on versus just popping your phone out. And then it became this thing where I realized how shady the streaming services are.
Yeah.
Right. And it's a way, it's like buying a t-shirt, right? So it's a way to support this art and you own it, right? Because, you know, like I got rid of all of my CDs when the iPod came out, right? Because I had a cumbersome CD collection. I was traveling all over the country.
Right. And if your iPod breaks and it's not backed up, you're fucked.
Exactly. And then it became this thing for me where like it's a community that I met of like a lot of those jam band kids that I knew jazz really well or reggae really well,
right.
And they were pulling shit out at their houses that I would never stream. And then I think it's just this like we joke about it all the time. It's a disease. It is like the obsessive collector thing. You know what I mean?
With anything.
Mm-hmm. But really, it's the intention of it, right? You don't accidentally put a record on.
Yeah, you didn't actually push a button and there it is. Like,
and you know, the CD change and definitely the digital change kind of killed this sub industry that people don't talk about in the music industry, which is the artists, right?
Yeah, it's shifted to poster and T-shirt art rather than jacket art.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So and if you get good liner notes, man, I've put records on that I've known my entire life and looked at the credits and I'm like, holy shit, I know this guy from this other thing, and you know that's like a rabbit hole for me. I'll be gone for 2 hours on a producer that I see. Like, oh damn, you produced this. I think he produced that. And then yeah, it's just
that's a disease.
It's a disease, but it's also just this quest of mine to like constantly be learning about the things that I love.
Well, I just remember like when I was a kid walking by the record store and see like Licorice Pizza was one, Tower Records was the other big one. But walking by the like display windows in the front and you see the albums out there, and it was the album art that drew me in to find new bands. And then when you would find one that you liked and you go see them in concert for that album, the art from that album was the thing that was on the T-shirt and the poster, not the other way around. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's totally changed. And that stuff, like, to me, it added something to the band and the music. It made me understand more of who they were and what the music was trying to say by what the artwork on the jacket is. Does that make sense?
100%. And you think about some of these, like these albums covers, especially from like what I consider the golden age of kind of like pop rock, are unmistakable. And it's like Americana art at this point. Like Chelsea and I went to this bar one time with our friends, and they had a bunch of empty record jackets like on the wall. And I got really annoying because I just said, Michael Jackson bad, Manassas, you know what I mean? Like I couldn't help myself, but you know, I think it's the support too, right? Like we need to come back to that as a music industry where there's an opportunity for artists to have a footing. There's an opportunity for people like me that are just like love music to find a role, right? And you know, like the days of like the reviews or like the blurbs, like that's all kind of died too. And that's something that Heady Wax Fiends really tries to do
really well.
Yeah. We support artists on every monthly release on our Unstuck Hype stickers, and then find somebody that it's going to blow their mind that they get to do a 2-paragraph write-up about it. And, you know,
that's so dope.
Yeah.
I can think back to this. I just pulled it up on my phone. There's a Blue Oyster Cult album called Fire of Unknown Origin, and it's like all these hooded cult members. It's like a cartoon, standing on a beach. And I can like vividly remember walking by the record store. I'd never heard of Blue Oyster Cult as a kid. I was like, I want that, just because of the art. And when you finally got it home and took the plastic off the thing, there's a whole feeling to that. It's like, I don't have to tell you, but like reading the liner notes, and a lot of times they would have the lyrics in there too. So now you knew the songs better, and there sometimes would be like lore and stories and shit on the inside. It made the music listening experience interactive in a way that really, I don't know, exceeds where we're at now, even with like VR and shit.
Well, it made you more of a part of the music to me too. Like I think like some of my favorite album art is like Iron Maiden and Dio, and because their albums, I mean, they really told a story, got into mythology and everything like that. And having that album, I love seeing, like we have several friends that do that. Like Dave, like whatever's playing, you have the shelf like up above, like now playing, putting that up there and having that album art, and especially when it'd be like a double, like opens up the gatefold and all the stuff like that. It just, something about tangibly holding that made you a part of it more. And it was yours. You own that thing. And because I used to hang albums all over my, like carefully with the tacks to not put a hole or crush it, because I wanted it displayed to see. Like that Blue Oyster Cult one, I have that up in my record collection. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh man, I want to listen to that.
Yeah, so I mean, there are some very classic ones that, like Kris was just saying. I mean, you see certain artwork, and everybody knows what that album was. And
yeah, any album with Eddie on it,
yeah,
you know who that is immediately.
Yeah.
So, what do you got coming up, Kris?
Well, I think we leave this afternoon, and immediately tomorrow night we're at Red Rocks for a band, Rainbow Kitten Surprise. Asheville-based, they're fun rock and roll bands, like pretty much straight ahead fun. I think we have a little break for a bit. October is really busy for us. We'll be at the Ramble Festival, as we've talked about, as a sponsor. And then we're really looking forward to Billy Stream's Halloween.
Lucky.
We're gonna see Parcels for the first time in October at Red Rocks too.
Dude, I've heard a lot of buzz about that band. Cam from Best Show Ever podcast and Long Strange Putt, Sean, they saw them, I think at Hula, maybe.
Yeah, it's just a dance party, man.
They said it was some of the best live music they've seen ever.
Yeah, we some of the people I really respect went last year and we didn't, and they made it very clear that we made a mistake. Yeah,
so like you guys are gonna love this band.
This is not Heady Wax Fiends related or music related. Well, adjacent. Kris and Chelsea, do you mind telling the story of how you met?
Yeah, actually. So it was Saturday night.
2017 Dicks.
2017 Dicks. And for years, on Saturday night, I would go into the stands in this one spot and hang out with a couple of my friends. But other than that, I was a floor guy. So I was up in that section, and I sat down, and I was talking to somebody in front of me about that I knew I was going to get a Reba finally at Dick's because I'd never played it. And then this blue-haired girl in donut pants sits down next to me.
That almost sounds like a song. That almost sounds like a song, like right? The blue-haired girl in donut pants. Like,
I was a whole vibe that night. But yeah, I was just there with two of my girlfriends. You know, had been single for about a year, was just there to hang with my ladies and have a good time. And I sat down next to that guy.
Yeah, I told her, she asked me how long I've been seeing Fish, and I said my first show was in 98. And then I heard her tell her friend 89.
Did you correct her?
I did, because I was like, just any flirting with you, if I was able to see Fish in 89, would be extremely inappropriate at this point.
But already when you said 98, I was like, I was 6 years old or whatever.
Yeah, and I did. I was like, you should probably never bring that up again.
Well, now the world knows.
Yeah.
Was that it?
Yeah. So I got her number, right? Well, I guess we can talk about it on here. I said, do you like Molly?
Well, yeah, because we're sitting down talking, and, you know, he's like, yeah, my name's Kris. I'm like, I'm Chelsea. He's like, do you like Molly? I'm like, yeah.
She's cool.
I love Molly. He's like, I've got probably some of the best Molly you'll ever have. I'm like, I've heard that before.
Yeah.
And he said, I've said that before.
Sounds like Kris.
Fast forward 20 minutes, I'm just... oh, this is incredible. Set break comes. My friends are like, Chelsea, you want to compete with us? Like, let's go to the bathroom. And
Wink,
I'm like,
wink.
no, I'm talking to this guy. And they're like, all right. Yeah, then he gets my number. And night 3, like, we were texting that whole night. And then he's like, for night 3, I can get you down on the floor. And my friend and I were just procrastinating getting there, and
As people do on night 3.
Just like, it almost became like this is going to be too hard. Like, I'm not even going to bother. But I let him know where I was up top, and he came and got us and stubbed us down.
With the Portland and Seattle crew.
I got to meet the whole
Nice.
Portland, Seattle crew. Fell in love with Meowza.
Mhm.
And then they encored with Waste, and I kissed him.
Aw, that's
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was something else. I mean, like the things that on both of our lives that led us to be in the same place and that many people is outrageous.
You think of
A 30,000 person venue, and we just ended up next to each other.
well, and also just think about just that day, right? Not anything before that. 10 minutes different, leaving
yeah.
somewhere, getting in traffic in a different position at a stoplight, anything
Oh, yeah.
could have stopped it.
You
But the
miss it.
universe like conspired to put things in motion to set the stage for that to the sound stage.
I like that.
happen.
So
I like that too. I think
Taylor
that's cute that
Swift.
your girlfriends checked on you
Yeah,
too.
right.
Like they do. Like, okay, mate, we should see if she
They're like,
needs.
does
We're gonna
she
give her
need-
an out.
Yeah.
You're like, no, I'm talking to this guy.
Like, I'm good.
Yeah, there was-
go pee.
There was definitely like friction from both friend groups at first, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, some
Well,
of
his
her
friends didn't like the 10-year age difference.
Mhm. And that
Um,
she took drugs from a stranger. And I was like, we all take drugs from strangers. That's how you do drugs.
That's fish.
And I think some of her friends thought that maybe I was like into illegalities a little bit too much. Like maybe they
yeah.
like
Worried, didn't know you.
considered me as like a lot dealer or something.
Yeah,
like
no,
that.
that's not Kris.
Yeah.
It's always cool. Like, you know, Mel and I have been together almost 28 years, and you can see in other couples like when they're meant for each other. You guys, like, being around you are you flow so easily with each other. I mean, of course, we all have our shit. We
Right.
go through stuff, but from the outside, it looks like the perfect match. Like you joke with each other all the time. You're always laughing and having fun, and it's really cool to be around.
And you catch the
Thanks.
looks too, like when you guys went to the show Friday night. When you after you got all done up to go to the show, when you came walking out, the look on Chris's face is like the first time seeing. He looked at you like, "Oh yeah, you look good." Like
That's
you two,
dope.
you two have the cute looks that I catch like Aaron and Mel do. The little subtleties that most people wouldn't when you know somebody. You see the look and it's like, oh, they're smitten.
and it's also that the reason I brought it up too is it's vindicating to hear a story like that with the details that you gave, because some people that I've talked to shit on the live music experience and like meeting people at shows. They're like, well, those friendships you make at shows when you're high, they don't mean anything. It's just empty promises and you're high and it doesn't, it's fake.
I couldn't imagine my life without the friends I've made through music.
Dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right?
that's where almost all of our friendships came from. Like,
Yeah. I don't have a lot of relationships from high school or college or growing up. I was a nomad for a long time, but I can pretty much go to any major venue and there's a built-in crew that I met 8 years ago for an hour and we're going to hang out together. And
there was nothing in between. It tripped Mel and I out the first time we really like experienced that away from home. We, on a whim after COVID, went and saw Fish at Hershey. And we took a picture after the second night there. And there's a crew, like 30 people. We went out there alone, dude. And
you're never alone.
It was
you're never alone in a
And
concert.
we were blown away. Both of us like, holy shit, this is like real. And yeah, man, I think for me, of course, I love seeing Fish. Fucking music's amazing. It's a blast. But like half of it is getting to be with those people and spend time.
100%. That's my favorite part. Like, get to see people you haven't seen in a bit, just like picking up right where you left off and that quality time.
Totally. And for the most part, like, we're in our best self mode because we're unencumbered by bullshit of day-to-day grind stuff.
Yep.
We're excited.
We've been preparing for it.
Yeah, we're
for
happy.
Months.
We're whatever.
Vibrating with love and light.
Exactly that. I wasn't going to say that, but yes. and I think that those relationships, like, in some ways, are more meaningful than the ones that you have to grind yourself through.
Absolutely. I mean, absolutely. I guess like my thing is I'm so much more accessible in those experiences to like strangers and like meeting new people than my day-to-day life, right? Because like, I told this to you the other day, like I do a bunch of stuff I don't want to do every day so I can go to a Fish show, right?
Right.
Like, that's why you grind out everything.
Right.
And in that part of my life, like, I don't have a lot of common with the people I work with or the clients that I work with and stuff like that.
Right.
But like Chelsea said this a couple years ago and it cracked me up. She's like, you make a new best friend every time you go to a show.
In Seattle, there was a younger couple sitting in front of us, and the dude, the first night they came and they like came to sit down and we all introduced ourselves, and I was like, bro, I've been waiting for you all night. Like, where the fuck you been, man? And him and I still text.
Nice.
I was like, I haven't seen you in years. And I don't know, man. Like, also, I think you're like me too in this way. I deal with a level of anxiety as a baseline. And believe it or not, for those of you that know me out there, I deal with social anxiety really bad. And the way that that I have learned to deal with it is by extroverting. But I'm freaking out on the inside. And in those moments, it shows when I've had the opportunity to get tuned up, that anxiety is gone. And I'm not dealing with working from the outside in. I'm working from the inside out.
Yeah, I mean, I can't agree more. I have ridiculous amounts of anxiety and social anxiety, and I try to fight it by faking it Like,
Yeah, totally.
I tell people, like, some of the most outgoing people, like, are terrified of the experience you're with them with. But yeah, and then there's a point in the music, talking to people about music, listening to music, being in a record store, being at a concert, where that all, like, that chatter stops.
Oh yeah.
And I don't have to fake it anymore. And that's where I meet, like, the people who've meant the most to me in my life. Yeah.
Do you guys feel like, because I know you were saying, like, yesterday about afterlife and all that, we were talking about that, but do you think that that stuff is just happenstance when you sit down next to Chelsea, or you meet somebody at a show that ends up being your new best friend? Or do you feel like that's some kind of, like, maybe energetic thing, like attracting like?
1,000% energetic. Like I was gonna say earlier, I have this firm belief in like attracts like. You're going to a show and projecting whatever energy you're projecting, and then you're going to meet people based on that. Like people just come into your life because of whatever vibrations you're putting out there.
Yeah, I don't think very many things happen on accident in this life. So,
like, I don't think I would have met Kris if I wasn't ready to be in the end all be all relationship for me. Like, it's just, it happened because I was ready for it, because I wasn't looking for it. I was just, finally at a point in my life where I was like, all right, bam, like open to it,
Totally.
but
You
not.
attract what you put out.
Yes.
yeah,
Like,
you get back what you give.
Yeah.
Right?
And also, like, and I'll preface this: concerts are not the only place that this happens.
No.
But this is what we're talking about. This is the example. Like, you go to something like that where the collective energy and vibe of the thing is elevated and open. The frequency is cleaner. Like, I know people are going to disagree with that, but, like, people aren't caught up as much. They're more free because they're high or whatever, or not high and happy because they're listening to the music.
Yeah.
And so whatever that is that's working behind the curtain has agency more, because the puppet
It's more
strings are
potent,
easily
if you
pulled.
will.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I don't know what that is. Like, synchronicities in lot and at shows is wild sometimes. Yeah. It can get like, holy shit.
Well, to me, it kind of pinpoints it more too. Like going to fish shows and everything, you're more likely to meet somebody that has the same interests. Because I've grown, a lot of people like, oh, you should go to a bar to meet somebody. It's like, just because you both drink alcohol doesn't mean you have anything in common. If I meet you at a fish show and you're dancing with me and stuff, and we're into this, and that song, you have something in common.
Yep.
That's there. Yeah. Like, it's just because you both like drinking or eating pizza, that's not the basis for a sound relationship. You know what I mean? It's just a better place to meet people that are like-minded. And
yeah, there's a lot that you don't have to talk about to getting to know you if you meet somebody at a show.
Yeah, it's like the same.
All that shit's off the table.
It's like our whole life. When you see somebody, you see somebody with a Grateful Dead sticker, you already know you have something, that you have a common ground. If it was just, if it was a sticker of a piece of pizza, it's like, well, everybody likes pizza. That's not narrowing it down.
It's like the ice is already broken, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that, like, those moments at a show when it's so tuned up and tuned in that the music is talking about what's happening in front of you and with you. That's like my favorite shit at shows. Like, I feel like you've gone through the daily grind and you've climbed, whatever, Kilimanjaro or whatever, and you finally summited the mountain, and now it's like, we're fucking here. We did it. This is the spot.
Yes.
We're all here together.
I made it. And we love to take a bath.
Yeah, we all.
I mean, I've definitely had moments in concerts where, like, I lock eyes with a stranger and we smile at each other, and it's like a fucking 2-hour conversation.
Oh, totally.
Just happened.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
I can
Like,
think of an exact experience of that at Fish here.
the other thing I've noticed is that the world's very big, right? It's a very big place. It's scary in parts, and there's a lot of different people, but it's really small in our scene. And you can talk to somebody a lot of times for a few minutes and find the mutual person that you both know.
6 degrees of separation.
I call it 6 degrees of wookeration.
That's what we love about like you living up in Denver, and to going to Denver, like really missed Dick's this year because that's the middle of the country. Like every year we gone to Dick's, you're going to see people that you haven't seen since last year at Dick's. Because it's easier for everybody to come to that point, and it's amazing.
Are they like renovating the stadium?
I wish I knew.
Yeah, not that I'm aware, because they're still having like soccer games and stuff there. So
yeah,
oh shit,
the amount of just rumors going around, nobody really knows what's going on.
Everybody knows everything, right? Like from the first Dick's, I've had people tell me
this is the last one.
Yep.
I think the thing I heard with the most legs was that Folsom Field had a hold on it before Phil passed for GD 60.
Oh,
and that fell apart, and that production company made a deal to Fish that they couldn't refuse, basically, to fill that spot.
Did you guys do? Obviously, you did them, right? The Folsom.
Yeah, we did. How
was it?
It was refreshing.
Okay, why?
It was new.
There was, it's a little bit bigger of a space, I think by with 15,000. So significantly bigger, but there was more room. I loved that there were porta potties and alcohol on the floor. So I didn't have to hoof it up those stairs 5 million times during 4 days. I know some people don't agree with me on this. I loved that it was 3 days instead of 4.
Absolutely.
4 days.
That was
4 days
refreshing for me.
Gauntlet,
That's a kid's game.
It was nice to just, what they did Thursday, Friday, Saturday, right? So it was nice to just like exist on Sunday and not have to be anywhere.
And it's gorgeous. The Flatirons are right behind it.
Yeah.
Like the view was really good.
They had the nitrous thing completely under control, like no tanks everywhere. So
really?
That was really refreshing too.
Yeah. It was kind of a bummer when we walked out and you couldn't get like a cold beer anywhere because it's.
Oh yeah, there were no beer vendors, which was weird too. We walked around for like 20 minutes the first night trying to find one.
Yeah, I mean, I love the fucking circus out. You walk out of Dick's and there's like a second line band playing funk over here, or like somebody spinning fire over there in the ball pit car.
Yeah.
But for us, it was like, it really got us back to what that's supposed to be about. We got in, we partied with some friends beforehand. We saw a show. We were in the moment. We went back to their rental house, out of towners, right? And hung out for a little bit, went home and went to sleep.
Yeah. And
which
then
is a new thing. Like, we don't sleep a lot during
Well
Dick's.
done.
The second night of the run, we actually ended up seeing a show just us because our friends wanted to go in the stands to hang out with other people. And that
How spectacular
also
was that?
never happens at a fish run. We just made friends with everybody around us.
Yeah, that was a big moment for us because like we used to joke about early Billy Streams tour, like picking a show and not telling anybody, because there's this tendency. Like,
you have a crew. Yeah,
there's a tendency, again, how small this world really is when you look at it. That like in a relationship, it's hard to like have an experience just the two of us.
Oh man, you're singing our tune.
Yeah,
Mel,
so it was pretty great. I mean, I missed Dick's. Yeah, fucking Labor Day was so weird. Like it was so weird. I didn't know I had the Monday off because I wasn't planning for Dick's. Yeah.
I had clients, like we went to the One Up arcade on Monday, and I was like, look at us leaving the house on Labor Day and, not being hungover.
We're not door dashing and sleeping.
Exactly. I'm like, I left my couch today.
This Labor Day was awesome for us. We spent the weekend out at Rhythms Ground and with all our people. It was dope. And that was nice, man. It was a nice change of pace. And I hope that they're back there next year though, because I love coming to Denver. I love
It's such
seeing
a fun
you guys
gathering.
there. And the
Yeah,
whole thing.
and we have some people that swear up and down that they are positive it's coming back to Dick's next year. But
I think in
who
the rumor
knows?
mill world, out of all the people that I know, you guys are probably top of the list of people. Like, if you hear shit, I'm like, okay, that's probably true. Like, I haven't gotten bullshit rumor stuff from you guys.
Well, I think like the people who really know don't talk about it a lot.
Right.
And they're definitely not public and arguing about it. The last thing you want to do is ruin a relationship with somebody who trusts you.
Yeah.
And I guess I said this to you earlier, like I don't tell anybody anything anymore, but I know I can tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to talk about it on a podcast or something.
Yeah, go jump on Reddit and be in the group.
Oh, yeah,
and
I'm on it. All right, guys. Well, shit.
Yay.
You're flying home today? And
Yeah, we are. We're going to fly home. We get out here in about an hour to the new and improved Portland airport and kind of explore it.
I hope the
It's
alpacas are there
beautiful.
for you.
I hope the alpacas are there too. I've been thinking about them since you told me
It's
that.
cool, man. Just walking around, you can go pet alpacas at the airport because that's what we do in Portland.
Yes.
See, was this hard? Was it scary?
I was not.
I told you. It's just us hanging out, man. It's
I
the
was
same thing.
nervous.
Yeah.
You're just talking, babe.
We're just here. It just
Yeah.
happens to have this weird thing in front of
You
you.
just have
Some
to-
microphone
you
that
have to
I
get
have
really
to talk
close.
into.
The first time we had Chris over here,
Oh,
where
he was
you were
nervous
there,
as
like
shit.
leading up to it, you're like, I don't know how, and like within like a minute, you were completely relaxed
Yeah.
and just off to the races.
My posture changed and I knew it was going to be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The shoulders aren't up at the ears anymore.
Yep. Like this.
Mhm.
Chris,
What-
do you
what are
want
they
to
gonna ask
do you want to plug the club?
Yeah. So our September month, our record of the month is this really fun project. Mark Lavengood, No Part in Nothing. So for all of you Billy Streams fans out there and progressive bluegrass fans, this is an album that a bunch of really talented Michigan-based pickers made together in 2014. It had a small pressing, and when things get hard to find or expensive, I'd like to step in. And we got some stuff coming up the rest of this year I'm really excited about. December is bringing a one-off, like kind of super group funk project from the Seattle scene. What else? We have some like kind of progressive bluegrass side projects coming up this fall. I don't have a lot of stuff announced right now, honestly.
that's cool.
And then a year from now,
Okay.
I'm facilitating the pressing of a bluegrass artist that is near and dear to me. A project of B-sides and alternate takes of a seminal album.
It doesn't rhyme with Schmilly Schmings, though.
It doesn't. No, wrong generation.
Got it.
But it's never been on vinyl before, and I'm really excited about it. And really, just like I'm excited to go find the next thing that makes me want to text everybody about.
We're stoked, dude.
Yeah.
And where can folks go to like join the community?
Yeah, HeadyWaxFiends.com on the internet. We have a Instagram presence, and then the Heady Wax Fiends Facebook group is that's the basis of this whole thing. So
right.
yeah,
Dope. Well, I love you guys.
love you.
Yeah.
Thanks
Thank
for
you so
everything.
much.
Yes, man, of course. We'll talk soon. Hey, everybody out there, take care of each other. Smile at a stranger. Safety third.
Love one another. Love
Hydrate.
yourself.
And go listen to some shit you haven't listened to this week. And you might surprise yourself and find your new favorite thing.
And collect vinyl.
Love y'all. Peace.
Like twisting, turns and makes me turn and makes you journey. Wish the word is many problems, but it's a burden. Family needs has been deferred, and hella means been the earth, and alchemy can bring the birth, the melody of a new born. So persistent, It's a tad bit of strange similarities that feed an A equal A complex. The fears of your past do not equal the perplexities of the current road.
This is Lawrence Lanahan, journalist, musician, and host of Rearranged, an Osiris Media podcast about music arranging. Once a song is written, arrangers make musical decisions that shape how we end up hearing the song. And we're not just talking about adding orchestral accompaniment, like horns and strings, or doing a cover version of a song. Arrangement can be putting happy music over dark lyrics, using samples, recording all acoustic, even tiny decisions like putting an electronic loop into an acoustic song to draw your attention to an important turn of phrase. It's all arranging. Rearranged episodes are documentary essays where I use arrangements to answer some big questions like what is a song? And what can a song become? And how can the sound of a song change the meaning you take from it? Listening this way has changed my relationship with music. Tune into Rearranged, and maybe it'll happen for you too. Learn more at rearrangedpodcast.com.
Osiris.